digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Black Knights of San Antonio taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Tommy Adebawore, the one who got in there for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
This is brought in at the 21. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And now off to the races down the right side. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Black Knights use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. I'm only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, 39 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Well, behind his man, incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. For the Vikings, it's 6-2 to start play. And they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. They've won 6 of their last 8.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Doug going to look to throw this. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Duggan. And this is going to be intercepted. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. They'll look to throw again. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmaker.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Duggan. He'll buy some time right. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Duggan now to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now back to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the 1st as that leads to 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a sink. On the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 3. Duggan looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Duggan to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and 20. They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st and 10, Dugan. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Reek Woolen. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Duggan. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Dugan. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Bowden now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll drop to throw. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at their 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They're going to look to throw. That's complete to Laporta. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. 3 quarters in the books. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Duggan over on the sideline hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 30 yards. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Duggan will look to throw this. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Throwing, Duggan. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
To throw is Duggan. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping him. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Duggan now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. On first down, Dugan eluding the pressure right. Drops this off with Nwangu. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone.
Touchdown, Vikings! Kevontae Turpin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
He'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll set up a throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. And this makes 0 sense.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. This one home. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. Looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And that one opened up for him well, as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2nd and 11. On the give, here's Gibbs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially